Hello everyone, I am PrussianPrince with another Hearts of Iron 4 video. Finally back again. And actually, before we go, yes, as you can tell by the main menu, this is Hearts of Iron 4 La Resistance. Paradox Interactive was kind enough to provide me with an early access copy to La Resistance, so I can show you all, how this expansion DLC is going to play out. Now, some notes before we get into it. So I have not actually played La Resistance yet. This is going to be me going for a playthrough, my first playthrough as you guys are watching it as well, with La Resistance, that is. Something else. Yes, I did actually watch the videos on La Resistance, the feature videos that Paradox has actually put out, and checked out the dev diaries a little bit, but we'll see how much stuck in terms of the knowledge. Let's head on into it. So as you can tell probably by the video title, we're going to be playing as France, because I feel like that is quite something to do, right? Play as France in La Resistance. That's something that should go for. So again, custom game rules, we're not gonna do anything here, we're just gonna reset everything just in case. Gonna start a game here. We're going to, well, delete all of these actually, because we don't need any of those saves. We're gonna hit save and play. But again, if you guys are interested in more content, Hearts of Iron 4 or Total War or any other kind of content that I make, generally those two series are the ones that I follow and make content of the most. Definitely hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell icon. Really helps out a lot. But that being said, let's move on straight into it. So I did actually look at the UI a little bit before I started recording this. Let's take a look so I can show you all how it looks. As you can see, just off the top here, it already looks different compared to how it used to be. I kind of prefer this look actually over the other buttons. It looks more, should I put it? It gives more of an authentic, flavorful vibe to the UI. It's more of a World War II, more of an industrial feel to it. I don't know. I know I'm using a lot of words to just describe this, but that's how I see this UI, and at first glance at least. And I think I'll, for the rest of the time I spend playing this game, I think this is a positive change. But of course, this could be subjective. People can't prefer the other UI. Not saying that this is an objective thing, but for me personally, I prefer the new UI over here up top, so far at least. But let's check out what is new. So we have. If we press Shift plus Q, which is awesome, we now entered the Decisions tab. This was there before, but there's actually a new tab in here, which is called Intelligence Agency, which you can access by pressing Shift W. Again, I do like using hotkeys quite a bit in Paradox games, especially. So let's take a look at some of the things here. I mean, this UI here, it's basically has been added with La Resistance, because Intelligence Agency, that is basically the hub of where the new espionage system is, where everything is basically interconnected by this agency feature. So let's take a look. So we can already spend some in civilian factories to create an agency. That takes 30 days. Of course, the agency branches, there's a lot of different branches here. You have intelligence, defense, operations, operative training, cryptology department. Of course, these are all our operatives. So we have 0 recruited operatives, 0 available slots. Of course, intelligence agency not created. And there's a useful tooltip here. It tells us what happens. So if we build the intelligence agency, we of course get the first slot. And then after the 5th upgrade, we get another slot. And more slots can be obtained as a spy master for every second country joining your faction. excluding puppets. Ooh, that is interesting. So if you have a lot of countries, then that could be very helpful. You have operatives captured by the enemy, operatives killed by the enemy. Of course, operatives can't be recruited until you have created the agency. Of course, we already know that. There is no how should I put it? There is no tooltip for these right here. It would have been useful to have some tooltips over these as well. Maybe there will be some tooltips when we can actually do something, but of course we can't do any operations because we have not built an intelligence network. So yes. I mean, no. We have not built an agency, and then we have not, you know, done what is necessary. Now, of course, it's a cryptology tab as well. So what does this do here? Oh, we do not have any decryption capability at the moment. Upgrade the cryptology department to be able to break enemy ciphers. So, useful stuff. Again, we have not formed the cryptology department in agency branches. We will look at this later, but now that we have loaded in, let's take a look at something else. So, national spirits, I believe this is a little bit different. I don't know exactly the differences compared to, you know, man the guns France, but for instance, I'm not entirely sure we had, like, I'm not entirely sure if we had all of these national spirits actually in man the guns, but, you know. Because I don't remember the last time I played France in man the guns, but, you know, for those of you who are here, you can see if there's a difference. However, where there's definitely a difference, and I'd basically have to be blind not to know the difference, is the focus tree. So France has a new focus tree with La Resistance, obviously. And, you know, it is one massive focus tree, which I assume is also why they added the zoom feature in the focus tree, which you can use either by pressing these buttons or, you know, using the mouse wheel on your mouse. So this is definitely a very welcome quality of life feature, and not only just for the French focus tree, but it's going to be helping out a lot when using other focus trees as well. You know, not necessarily helpful here, but definitely most welcome for this massive French focus tree. Just look at this focus tree. It's massive and it's beautiful. It's great. So, what is there to actually do here in this focus tree? Oh, there's a couple more things actually. We now also have filters in the focus tree. So these over here, you can toggle them on or off. Basically, if you toggle them off, you know, everything is shown. If you toggle only one of them on, this is shown, and then if you toggle something else on, both of these filters are shown. So that is how the filter system works. Another useful feature here in the focus tree tab is the search box. So what we do here is, let's say we type, I don't know, air doctrine. So now this pops up over here. It tells us basically details about the doctrine here, and if we press enter even, we can actually do it. There's another thing, if you press tab, you go to the next one that's like similar to what you're looking for. So basically, by pressing tab, you scroll through the different found focuses for whatever you search for, basically, which is very, very useful because, for instance, let's say you're already pretty good at the game and you know what focuses do what and the names of focuses. So, for example, if we search for air doctrine, then you can just press enter and you can start it like this without actually having to go through the entire focus tree and finding out where it is, and you know, that's really useful. The other thing is, I guess you can find out what actually affects air doctrines, right? All the bonuses, or you know, maybe if we type land doctrine, we see, and we tab through it, we see all the land doctrine buffs. So this really helps a lot when it comes to finding focuses, checking out the different options that you have in a focus tree. Really great. I'm a huge fan of quality of life improvements, and I think this is, you know, this is a great change that has been added into the game. So hopefully more quality of life changes will be in and added throughout the course of the game's life cycle. But let's see what we're gonna do, because, you know, we looked at the focus tree, we also looked at the intelligence agency tab. So just because this is La Resistance, let's start creating an agency. And over here, of course, we have the default name, but we can actually rename this if we want. But we're just gonna keep this, and of course we can select an insignia that we want. I'm gonna go with the default one. Let's create the agency. The agency is being formed, so you can also tell by the sound being played in the background. But you know, that's gonna take 30 days, so it's not too long, not too quick. In the meantime, let's organize our ourselves here, so we can start actually researching superior firepower here, because, you know, superior firepower, I'm a big fan of that. Then we can go for this, of course, also go for the construction. All good things. Since basic training, that's not useful. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna shift click this, add him here, and oof. Vision Colonial. What's the biggest one here? Danfon 3. Okay, here's. I'm gonna delete all the motorized. Don't need the motorized. Gonna delete all the tanks. Don't need. Actually, no. You know what? Which is the one that we want to keep, right? So it's probably this one. Division d'Enfant 3 seems like the best one we have. So you know what? I'm gonna keep it. For that, I'm gonna switch it to a star so we know which is which. Oh, excellent. We actually can keep that over there. And we're gonna keep one division, and then we're gonna one division train. That should be helpful. And also, you know, that is gonna allow us to remake the units when we need them, how we need them later. So this is very useful for organizing your army properly, the way you want it to be. And also you can, of course, check out the equipment you have in stockpile, what you need to produce. So this is very, very useful to just to lead your army at the start. Unless, of course, you need your army at the start for whatever reason. Hopefully, well, actually, in this playthrough, I am going to definitely go with the Allies, so we're gonna be joining United Kingdom's faction here. Of course, there's also something else here, which is the Intel Ledger. There's a lot more information here, and of course, we can check Army, Intel, Civilization, Navy, a lot of different Intel tabs here for sure that we're gonna have to look at. Ooh, okay, this is really interesting. If so, it also shows on the map. Extra intel over here. There's a lot of information that you can gather from here as well. So, yeah. Of course, the diplomacy tab actually got changed around, so, you know, the current laws are now shown in the Intel Ledger, not in the diplomacy tab anymore, and it's interesting. Oh, you can check some more information here as well. You see their available manpower and fielded manpower. Also, if you check this, oh, we don't have enough intel to look at these, but yeah, definitely. There's a lot of intel over here that you could look at, and you know, if you had enough, you could definitely, you know, if you had enough intel, you could definitely take a look at a lot of things that they're doing, right? So, you know, could be very useful if you had the intel, but we don't have the intel. We don't really care about having intel in the UK anyway, right? Because they're not going to be one of our enemies. Our enemy is obviously going to be Germany. So for that, we are going to decide on a starting focus. We're not going to go this route. Definitely not going to go this route either, so those can safely ignore. And we could do devalue the franc here, but I don't think we're gonna go for this. I think we're gonna go with reform the Popular Front or revive the National Bloc. And then go down to strengthen government and into defensive stratagems, because political power is hurt a lot thanks to the disjointed government. We need to fix that. And of course, we could fix it with disjointed government. We can also fix it through other means, but you know, that would not be great. So let's revive the National Bloc. What does this say? The political landscape is growing more and more radical by the day. The left whispers of making common cause with the communists. What is needed now is a strong and stable leadership. Okay, Pierre Laval becomes the leader. He gains political power. I mean, this is better than this side. Because, okay, stability is nice, but we really need the political power at this point. So, you know, we need more political power. I think this side is better. Also, I think it does allow us some extra choices as well here. Which this one doesn't, but... Oh, this is a problem as well. Okay, so if we form the Popular Front, we can go communist, but then we can't do some of the other stuff here. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. You know what? Revive the National Bloc. That's what we're gonna go for. We've done that, and the next thing we want to do is, well, we have this. Oh, we need to set up all our ships here. I'm just going to merge literally every single ship into one. And then, you know, they're gonna be all the way over there. And then we will just split them up and let them do work, basically. Okay, so we have this division here. Oh, one more thing. Set this to default. Delete this. None of this. The CAV, we're gonna rename this to CAV 10 now. Why is it gonna be CAV 10? Well, first of all, CAV because it's CAV, right? That's an abbreviation for CAV. And CAV 10 because 10 with CAV is probably gonna be fine. I mean, I don't even know if we're gonna use this template. Because normally before you used it for suppression, but I don't think you need to use this anymore. I'm gonna keep it there just in case. For now, actually, it's gonna be CAV 8, so you know what it is. John Leger, Mécanique. I mean, we're probably gonna delete these because we don't need them. What's the Brigade Coloniale? What? It is being used as garrison template for some occupied territories. Oh, okay. Okay then. I guess we're just gonna keep it as it is then. This one we're gonna rename it to Inf 20 because it's gonna be 20 with infantry. It's fine. This we're gonna rename it to, let's say, heavy armor 40 because it's gonna be 40 with heavy tank template. Once we're gonna armor division late. Why not? Give it the late naming. So we're done with that. Now we have some free civilian factories. Great. Civilian factories. You know what? I'm gonna build some extra civilians here. Because why not? Why the hell not? So we are using our factories over there. Next thing is military factories. Yes. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Motorized light tanks. Definitely no light tanks. Definitely no 34 artillery support equipment. That's okay. You know what? No. I'm gonna probably put like 2 on support equipment. And then, what else can we we can make the AA actually. Here. And also, I really don't care about all these ships here. I'm sorry. But they're literally not really useful. In fact, actually, I am going to deploy them here. Fantastic. What? No. What are we doing? Yes, just deploy them to this. To this. And also deploy them here. And that's fine. Literally. That's actually okay. We're just going to make them as fast as possible. And then this one, and this one, and then this one. Then we're gonna see what we create with our docks. But for now, this is more than fine, really. Okay, we still have guns. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put 4 on guns. That should do it. That should definitely do it. And there we go. Now I'm just going to go speed 4, and you know, there's something that has no template. AA has no template, which is fine. And I think we've pretty much done everything, so we can actually finally unpause after 20 minutes of setup time. You know, setup is setup, so there we go. Pretty sure we are using you know, historical focuses, so AI Germany shouldn't attack us right now. It'd be really sad if they did, but you know, who knows at this point. Okay, so what we really need to do right now is we're definitely creating a lot of civilian factories here. We're gonna probably stop some point in 38 is my guess. Oh, also there's something else we gotta do, which is, yeah, we actually are going to delete a lot of these planes right now because they're not really useful. They really aren't that useful. Okay, available planes and reserves. How about no? I don't care about that. Ignore that. Okay, well, there's definitely more stuff to do. So we are definitely exercising with our division here. It's gonna be more recruits going on as well. We are making a lot of infantry equipment, as we should be, because infantry equipment is great. Probably gonna end up deleting these eventually, and this is a motorized recon company. Interesting. So this is actually a little bit different now. There's a cavalry recon, there's a motorized recon. They actually have different values too for them. And there's a light armored and an armored recon company. Not entirely sure which one seems to be, I mean, obviously the armored recon company seems to give the most boosts, but in terms of actual recon value, the light armored seems to give the most. Oh, this actually is the same as getting a new tech. Same sound, and it looks like the same thing. But we finally have built our agency here. It did actually cost us 5 civs for the time being. I assume we got the 5 civs back by now, but we should. Because I believe if we go here, yeah, we have the civs back, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Now, intelligence agency here. If we hit become spy master, this is, well, spy master, you're able to control more operatives where the amount depends on the size of your faction. There can only be 1 spy master per faction. And if your faction already has a spy master, it must accept for you to take over. We will definitely want to take over. We need to have an agency with 3 different branch upgrades to become a spy master. Okay, and okay. Of course, we need to be in a faction to become a spy master. That's normal. Now, agency branches. We can do intelligence. Holy moly. We can do defense here. Oh, no. Cancel this. So, interesting how if you press on something, then that gets selected, right? But which one do we want to build here? So, these are all the agency branch upgrades. Let's actually have a look at what each of them it does. So we'll get more civilian intelligence, and this is going to give us more army intelligence, and this is going to give us our navy intelligence, and this is going to give us air intelligence. Okay, so that basically the 4 different types of intelligence. This is what this is here. We can get a department for each. I wonder if we can stack different departments here. Like, say for example, we can go quadruple on the army intelligence, army department. I'm not sure if you can, you know, get all of them. The defense, so there are 4 here. Maybe you can only build the department, like one of each department. That would seem to make sense because, you know, for intelligence there are like 4 slots. There are of course only 4 here as well. Then for defense there are 2 slots, and again only 2 items over here that we can select. So maybe it's just limited to 1 from what I can tell here, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's just how it looks. And it looks like this has different levels as well from what I can tell, because, you know, it has like a few circles here, potentially 4 circles. So yeah, anti-partisan has 2 as well. Root out resistance. Okay. Passive defense, counterintelligence. So defense is probably very good. Now, Operations. So we have the blueprint stealing. So I guess this helps us get their tech or something? Portable radios. Coordinated strike. Ooh. Okay. We don't actually have radios yet. Invisible ink. Okay, so steel blueprint risk minus 25%. Plastic explosives. Oh, suicide pills. Ouch, death chance of our operative on capture plus 10%. Own operative detection chance offset. Really? Lowers the defective chance? Okay. Very, very interesting. Operative training, localized training, enemy nationality recruit chance. Plus 25%. Ooh. Commando training. Ooh. Interrogation techniques. Very cool. Very, very interesting. And we have diplomatic training here as well. And there's psychological warfare. Inform a department here, the cryptology department, but I don't think this is something that we should be worried about. Well, actually, no, because this does actually help a lot with the decryption power and the cryptology level. There's this radio interception group as well, so we can get even more decryption power. So basically, all of this ups either the cryptology level or the decryption level, so that's very, very useful. What does this even do? I wonder what that does, but again, operations, and then this one here. We are recruiting an operative, so we will get the operative in like 30 days, but what's the first thing we're gonna do here? I feel like we should just up our passive defense. That seems like a decent thing to do. So we're gonna get the passive defense. That's what we're gonna be doing first. And then we're going to just recruit a lot more things. Logistics, again, we have a lot of infantry equipment, but that won't be forever. That definitely won't be forever. We're still reviving this national block here. We're getting superior firepower. That's gonna take a very long time, definitely. And we have lost our 5 civilian factories here as well. Look at this, Picardy, 2 out of 7 instead of 7. It was before. We could assign commanders here, but it's not the time to do that right now. An intel ledger here. We don't really see much for Germany. We don't really have much intel. Most of the intel we have is in terms of civilian. Oh, interesting. So depending on the exports, that actually gives us some civilian intel. Very cool, and I guess I can see how that works. Revive the national block. Yeah, we want to revive the national block. So over here, passive defense. So these are done very soon right now. See what the operative can do. Intelligence agency, 6 days, 7 days there as well. I'm not gonna become spy master because we're not in a faction, and that's probably gonna be super expensive. I mean, 50 political power is pretty expensive considering we make no political power anyway. And we actually have 5 army XP here, which means we can make this into a 20 with, definitely. So how much do we need? One more, and there you go. This is now a 20 with template. So it does have actually an artillery, but we probably are gonna add support aid to it as well. Okay, so now we have an operative can be recruited here. Who are we gonna recruit? So we have, apparently some of these are historical and others are not historical and, you know, just randomly generated. Did they have a random generated for this as well? Now, what are we gonna use? Because, we have the safecracker here on Theory de Castle. No. Okay. So he can steal stuff. And Jean Rousseau is a linguist. You can acquire target nationality on completion of an operation or something. Tough. Enemy operative intel extraction rate minus 50%. Okay. Okay, Odette, so you're tough, not bad. Infiltrator. Ooh. René Joyeuse. We're gonna go for Jenny Rousseau. So I'm interested in what that does over there. So there you go, counterintelligence. She's over here, and we can use... She's basically on counterintelligence duty right now. We can build an intel network in Oberbayern, in Hessen, in Brandenburg. Why not do it over there, right? So, of course, right now, if we go to the Intel Agency tab, we don't have any more slots. Well, but, you know, we're gonna get another operative at some point, but we'll see. We can actually get another branch. We should look at it. We could totally up the passive defense here for, you know, even more counterintelligence. Yeah, we want to max out the passive defense. I guess it's probably gonna be the best thing for us. But maybe other things will be... Oh, we actually have docks. So what are we gonna do with the docks? Good question, but actually, I think I'm gonna end this first episode here. So hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. I'll see you all next time.